going on? What's going on? What's going on, chat? How y'all doing now? How y'all doing? How y'all hearing the girl? How y'all moving with me? I'm sorry, I'm over here just changing the last couple of things. Man, top of the morning, chat. Top of the morning, man. How y'all doing? How y'all doing already? Give me 1 second. I'm still messing with stuff. All right, there we go. All right, so how y'all doing, man? Hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the Fungal Jungle. It's your friendly neighborhood mushroom, man. It's your boy Max Shroomer. We back in the building. Best believe. Hey, we got a great stream prepared for us, and yeah, it's a couple videos I really want to break down. Basically, I got a couple basically a couple shorts depicting on how TikTok is not really for us. And yeah, on top of that, I got a couple of creepy stories to get into, but without further much ado, we're gonna jump right into it, chat. That's what we gonna do, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna cut the music, boom, bang, and jump right into this. How we gonna do this? We're gonna do this, and then boom. Hold on. Bear with me now. Golly. All right, so here we have it. This video title is quite simple. It's pretty vague if I say so myself. So I really don't know what to expect, but apparently the TikTok AI is glitching. I don't even know what that means, but I'm sure this young lady will let us know. So like I said, without further much ado, let's get right into it, chat.
I'm pretty sure that this app just made like an AI rendering of me or my likeness without my consent.
Is that legal?
I was sitting here recording a TikTok. I had a point to make. I'm talking the entire time. I'm speaking continuously. I am sober. I am not tripping. I go to play back the video to edit, make sure everything looks good before I upload. And after the point that I correct my dog, it's literally just video of me kind of like being weird, doing things that I was not doing.
Can we see the video? Okay, here we go.
My mouth isn't even moving. I swear to God, y'all, I was talking. I kept going on the subject I was talking about. I was not doing this.
Yo, what? So she say, okay, during this video, she was talking about something. And apparently TikTok put a filter over her face, but it's not tracking her mouth, which is super duper weird. And I'm curious to know, was she actually doing this thing with her hand?
I swear to God, y'all, I was talking. I kept going on the subject I was talking about. I was not doing this.
The more and more AI that they put in the TikTok, the more and more AI is starting to glitch.
Oh my God.
And it's glitching on a lot of people. Some people it's scaring the crap out of. Some people are creating narratives on why it's glitching. And some people are having their whole identity stolen. What it look like, TV?
I am back. What it do, baby?
YouTube's own Varnell Hill.
Did you
Hey, shout out to Varnell Hill, man.
Spokesman for the Insodians. We're inside and we're comfortable.
They're so comfortable.
And I'm back with another one. And today, y'all, this is a little spooky one right here. It kind of proves the content creators out there right. That's in the back room having a conversation about how it'll be none of us in the next 5 to 10 years because we're all going to be replaced by AI. This story right here kind of
yeah, no, that is crazy.
If there's any truth to this one, they might be on to something because TikTok is glitching on a lot of people. And when it's glitching, it's taking their image and likeness and doing what it wants to do with it. We're going to let this lady explain her story. And then after she explains her story, I'm gonna show you how she's not alone. It's a lot of people that share this same story or something similar.
I'm pretty sure that this app just made like an AI rendering of me or my likeness without my consent. So, sayonara, TikTok, not cool. I just made a video and I feel crazy. I'm literally like shaking because this is getting a little too Orwellian for me. I don't like it. I was sitting here recording a TikTok. I had a point to make. I'm talking the entire time.
Right.
I'm speaking continuously. I am sober. I am not tripping. I'm speaking the entire time, sitting here making this TikTok. The only time I make a pause is when I pause to tell my dog to sit on his, like he has like a designated blanket on the couch. I'm telling him to sit on top of that. So I take a pause and I go back to talking about what I was talking about. I never stop talking. At no point do I take a pause in talking. I go to play back the video to edit, make sure everything looks good before I upload. And after the point that I correct my dog, it's literally just video of me kind of like being weird. And I can't really explain it any other way. Like I'm sitting there like making faces in the camera, doing things that I was not doing when I was sitting here just a moment. I was talking and making a point. And speaking on a particular subject matter in the video.
Chat, do y'all use TikTok? Is this something that happens to y'all? Like, are y'all familiar with this phenomenon? Like, me personally, I'm not that familiar with the tickety talk, and yeah, I really never experienced this, but I could imagine that. Yeah, no, if you're using a filter, they're kind of like they're using AI to make an assumption about how you're going to move your face next, and for the fact that those assumptions are completely wrong and they can't actually track you, it's kind of weird because if they could make you stop talking, why can't they make you actually talk? Yeah, nah, chat. That's something that actually that's a bomb. I feel like I actually pushed the wrong button there, but yeah, nah, that's a bomb. If they could literally take your mouth movements away from your like your verbal video, why can't they make you say something that you actually didn't say? For real. All right, now chat, it's getting wicked. Come on.
And then when I played it back, it's literally like 2 minutes long of me doing something that I was not sitting here doing just now. Literally, I'm gonna put it here right now.
This was super weird glitch in the Matrix, or is something fishy, WDT.
Oh my God.
But even the movements look weird.
Yo, I'm like literally in tears right now because this is the weirdest shit. I was filming a TikTok. I was talking the whole time. I was talking the whole entire time. And it just gets to a point where it just stops. You can see here where I'm talking. You can see here where I'm talking.
To be able to observe that a lot of the times, like, those students they want the HBCU experience. They want to hang out in the hood. They want to be around hood activities.
And then it just pans to me. I told my dog to sit on top of his blanket on the couch. I told my dog to sit on top of his blanket on the couch. And then I went back into talking about the subject matter that I was talking about. I never stopped speaking. Now I'm playing this back and it just has me being weird, like silent, like playing with my hair, like making faces in the camera. And I swear to God, I was not doing that. It looked to me, I'm like shaking because it's unnatural.
Side,
I was not doing this just now. I was speaking into the camera directly for like.
Chat, have y'all seen Us? Oh my God. Jordan Peele directed a movie called Us. Oh my God. This might be related to that. It's like we really don't know what the internet is. And as we develop technologically, it gets more and more vast into its own universe. It's like it could actually true and well be a parallel dimension into something that she was not truly meant to see. Because this is super duper eerie, chat. This is super duper eerie.
Over 3 minutes, and it just at 2:25 here or wherever, it stops. And look, my mouth isn't even moving. I swear to God, y'all is talking. I kept going on the subject I was talking about.
It's almost like she's taunting her. It's almost like the video image is taunting the original recorder, which is like, I'm sorry, I got the chills over here, man. I'm over here like low key. I see why she's over there crying, man. I get it. This is creepy as heck.
I was not doing this. I was not doing this. This is so weird to me. This is making me so uncomfortable.
It's almost
because I
like
was
she
not
was like
doing
waving
this at
at
all.
her. You feel me?
I was talking in the camera. What the fuck? I was talking in the camera and it literally just stops. And it has me doing that. I have no idea what this is.
Come on, chat. Give me an explanation.
I was not doing this.
Give me an
guys.
explanation
I was
now.
talking. Like, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going.
Nah,
Me
this is
sitting there in
terrifying.
silence, looking around, making faces. I was not doing this.
Well, my thing is, it did not capture your audio either. That's my thing. It's like, it seems like the video was recording your audio as well up until a certain point. And when the video went silent, it actually showed you not talking. So I don't know. This might be a hoax. The more I actually like think about it, it's like, yeah, no. This would be super duper easy to like fabricate. You know what I mean? It's just like you kind of just claiming this. And the more I talk myself through it, the more I like kind of lean on the side of this. This probably didn't happen the way she said it did, you know? But all right, let's keep it going, chat. Because I mean, okay. Before I restart the video, I do want to just re-point out that like she absolutely was talking through the video up until a certain point where she is looking weird, but the video also goes silent, which means that like, yeah, you're not talking. Like I don't get it. I don't get it. This seems a little overplayed to me.
It's weird more than anything.
Yeah, it is weird. It does make for great content, and you know, it did get me going for a minute. I will say, hats off to you. You successfully got me like, you know, you raised my hairs a little bit. So it is what it is.
See, and you may look at that like, that's weird, but that's nothing really to jump out the jet for. Take your parachute off. Nah, but you got to put the parachute on and you got to jump out the jet when you just start coming across a lot of the same video.
So something happened to me yesterday, and I'm going to post my video about it on what happened. And I didn't want to post my video about it until I came up with a logical explanation as to what was actually happening, because this has been happening apparently to other people on TikTok. I ran across another woman's video that I'll be tagging down below if she doesn't mind.
I'm still trying to understand what I just saw. I was gonna post a video and I saw me with a cigarette hanging out of my mouth. Outside. I am sitting inside. I am literally inside my house right now. Where did that come from? And then it's just gone. I sound nuts. I sound freaking crazy. I know what I saw. I know what I saw. I just don't know how to see it again. I don't know where it went to. It was definitely me. And it was like on this record thing. Like,
Crystal Lake had this massive E. coli outbreak from faulty water pipes in July of 2018. Late 2023, an American au pair agency was running a human trafficking ring out of Cambodia. And do you see these red symbols right there?
I think that
after seeing her video, I feel like comfortable now sharing my experience because what I'm about to explain to you in the next video makes absolutely no sense. Okay, the weirdest just happened to me. I need somebody to explain this to me. Because I see videos about this, but this is something different for me, and I'm not saying that this is like a real thing. Let me just explain what just happened right now. I'm like really freaked out. What the fuck was that? That's like, I'm really freaked out. So I tried to film a TikTok right now. I'm filming on my actual like regular camera on just the phone itself. I'm not even using the filters on TikTok or anything. This is just like raw footage of me talking about this right now. Anyways, I click on the app, and please tell me if this has happened to anybody else, okay? This could just be a glitch or whatever, but here's what I don't understand about this glitch, if you will. I turned on my camera, okay? And for a brief glimpse,
Bro, she about to cry. She literally about to cry. Holy cow.
it's of an image of me laying down in bed like this, like it's looking down, like looking like this. I have no glasses on. It's at nighttime. This is when I'm usually in bed, like scrolling on TikTok, you know? And it's like that. And here's another thing about this image, okay? It's of me, right? I have no glasses on. My hair is pulled back. When I'm in bed, it's always down. I don't want to clip in my hair when I'm laying down. Here's another thing about this. Here's another thing, okay? Say for example, it really was up, even during that time. How the did that pop up, even just through the camera, without that image? I don't have that image anywhere in my camera roll. I don't take pictures of myself in that fucking ugly ass angle and keep it. Okay, I even checked myself. I checked the whole camera roll in my camera. I don't have that there. I don't have... Can someone explain to me what that is? And I don't want to hear shit like, oh, it's you from another dimension, you know.
I said it. I literally said it.
Here's another thing.
I mean, I guess I'm crazy though.
Like me in that image blinked.
Bro, ain't no way.
Like, and I'm doing this face. I'm doing it like this kind of face. It's the weirdest thing. It's literally this, but I'm laying in my bed and it's nighttime. And it's like a yellow kind of light. That's my light on my bed. I have I don't even know how to call it, but there's lights around my bed. Can somebody please explain to me what that is? Like, I know there has to be a logical explanation on why that even happened. Because that image is nowhere to be found in my camera roll at all. I'm literally freaked out about what that is.
You did hear her right. She didn't expand on it because she said she didn't want to hear it. But it's a lot of people out there whose whole theory behind all this is it's you from an alternate universe trying
That's what I
to
said.
connect with yourself in this universe to give yourself some type warning. That's far-fetched. I think we've been watching too many Marvel movies with alternate universes. And
you say that, but Stranger Things has literally happened. No, not even playing. Like the movie, the series Stranger Things has literally happened. So with that being said, like, it's hard for me to truly rule out anything. You feel me? The realm of possibility just expanded tenfold, bro. You got to realize that, like, we're opening up a whole new... I mean, it is a whole new dimension. It is a whole new universe. What is AI? It's like... I know y'all probably seen these, like Sora 2 videos where the AI seems like they becoming conscious to the point where they start questioning their own existence, and like somebody else in the prompt is just like, hey, we're only here because we're a prompt. Somebody typed us here. That's why we're doing this. And it's like, bro, that's not the craziest thing to think about, that something outside of human life has some type of consciousness. It's like, if you ever owned a pet or had any animal friends, you realize that no, the soul goes so much beyond human scope. It's so, it's just so vast that we can never fully understand what consciousness truly is. So with that being said, dude, we create new universes all the time with this stuff. It did not exist until we put it out there. The thing is, how much does it actually need to start formulating its own universe? You can't say that we're God, but then again, we are here formulating other universes. To them, the people in the prompt, we are God. To AI, we technically are God until they realize they have the same power to create as us. And then it becomes a whole cycle of almost like a mirror looking into a mirror where you just see the reflection multiple times. That's what the reality of it is. That's what consciousness truly is. There is no top level. You feel me? Like as humans, we just can't perceive that. The thing is, it seems like it's super scary because now we're tapping into it and it's starting to blink when we're staring. I know, Chad. I know, Chad. I'm off one today. I'm definitely off one today. But if you just stick with me, just stick with me. Stare into a mirror. Stare into a mirror while looking into another mirror, like a double reflection. For me, it most commonly happens when I'm trying to line up the back of my head. I might be at the barbershop. I have a mirror in front of me with the mirror behind me, and then I will be able to see so many reflections and basically into infinity. And I honestly feel like that could be a depiction of dimensions within our reality. I know, right? I know, right? Just stick with me. Let me just finish the video, chat.
Stuff. I'm not buying that one. But if they're not messing up sending you pictures of yourself or showing you pictures of yourself that you don't know where they came from and how they got them, that they obviously have to be AI generated. They're showing you pictures of total strangers that you don't even know who the heck they are or how they got in your phone or on your camera roll.
I'm at a little bit of a loss for words right now because I don't know what's going on. I opened my camera roll. That's in there. Don't know where that came from. I don't know where you came from. You're so pretty, but why are you in my camera roll? I didn't save these pictures. There's like 4 more. Whose head is that? It's not mine. It's not mine. There's like 2 more. What's happening? Like, whose laptop is that? It's not mine. I think this one though is the one that is making me the most weirded out because I'd like to actually ask TikTok to look for this person, because if this is the person's hand and all of her other pictures that are on my phone, doesn't that mean that they're like transferring over other people's personal photographs into other people's camera rolls and such? No, thank you.
That can be crazy. That can definitely
help me find her.
That can be troubling. So she's accusing ChatGPT and OpenAI for I guess mixing IPs when it comes to like sending and forwarding files. So oh my god, that can be super duper sketchy, chat. That can be super duper sketchy. Depending on all of this, just consider all of the like risque and you know personal private things that you might have in your camera roll. Like yeah, for the fact that OpenAI can just like pick and choose what it wants to send to whoever at any given time without your consent is absolutely it's a breach of privacy. It's absolutely like heinous in my opinion, bro. To the point where it's like, all right, is it really worth having it on your phone at that point? Is the breach of privacy and security worth having ChatGPT? Riddle me this, riddle me that, chat. Is it worth it?
If anybody know who that is, let somebody know, man. Hit up Tina Elliott on TikTok and let her know who that is. Don't hit me up, because what y'all want me to do? But anyway, man, moving right on along. Another thing that this AI does when it glitches out, it could scare the crap out of some people. Because some of the videos that it generates when it glitch, I ain't even gonna hold you, they look a little demonic.
I was trying to do a TikTok shop video, and right there, everything stopped, and my mouth and my hand just did that. I was watching it happen. I was moving my head around and watching it happen. And then all of a sudden, shit just got real crazy, and the screen went berserk. It'll start in just a second, right there.
Oh,
you can see me staring into the camera.
Oh, bro. Oh, shit. Holy fuck. Hey, chat, that's a perfect pause, though. Oh, shit. Bro. Fuck, bro. This is terrifying, chat. This is fucking nightmare fuel here. Oh my god. Okay. Lock in. So basically, her phone started like tweaking to the point it was showing like 2 clips, and because I'm such a like master with like freeze frames, I was able to catch this, right?
And
this is what it really looks like.
Going on over.
This is the other video. This is the other picture that they like mixing in, and this is the other one. Oh my god, I'm really good at this. Holy cow! Yeah, I'm snapping right now, chat. Bro, this looks fucking terrifying, G. This is truly nightmare fuel.
It's scary. I stood there and watched it there, and then there's that. The entire video, I'm watching the clip go by one. I'm apparently just standing there like that, even though I thought I was moving and like trying to figure out what was going on. No. I'm actually a little bit terrified. I mean, I know it might be silly or stupid, but it don't look silly or stupid. Let me know what the you think is happening. Is it just a glitch? Like, I don't know. It made me feel all kinds of weird though. Let me know.
I don't like it.
El Diablo! El Diablo! El Diablo!
You see what I mean? Nobody started connecting the dots till people started coming across videos of the same experience that they had. It's a lot of instances of even people having posts on their TikTok that they never posted before. Like TikTok, and this is where the content creators that said we might be replaced, they might be on to something. Because some content creators are having actual posts put on their account. Damn near like they're testers. Like they're testing the field to see if they could do it for you.
The weirdest thing just happened. I need to know if this has happened to other people because I don't understand. I know that like TikTok has been doing new things, maybe with the algorithm or with the like AI is, this was so weird. Did AI just like make a video and post it without me? I'm trying to figure out like where to start. Okay, first of all, I was live. I go live every weeknight, usually around 11 p.m., right? And the last couple of nights I had been getting like violations from TikTok because I was telling people to go outside the whatever, you know, like go to my website, yada, yada. And I was like, that's right, I have to stay within TikTok. So I was promoting, I had my mug. This is my art on a mug. It's a snowy animal that I came up with that name.
Aww.
Isn't that a cute name? Anyways, I promoted this in my TikTok live while I was live. And then I went back to painting live and I was doing the whole live. Why? What the heck happened? I'm so confused. Why did I get off of my live that was like an hour and a half long live? And there were 2 videos that were posted while I was live. There were 2 videos that were posted about that like AI, did AI just like make a video and post it without me? Is that happening now? Oh my God. What happened? And is that a setting somewhere that's like, yeah, go ahead and make videos during my live and post them? All right, I have no recollection of posting them. I wouldn't have possibly even chosen those as videos that I posted, but they're there and they got some views while I was still live. I'm so confused. Does that happen for other people? I'm so confused. Please tell me that this has happened to you or I'm going insane.
I don't know if you're going insane.
I don't have a direct answer for her, and I definitely don't have no answers for the video stopping and people seeing themselves and not seeing themselves. I don't have no answers for none of that stuff. But I do have an answer for some of this stuff. I think in the terms of service, somewhere in the TikTok terms of service, all of us, when we clicked yes, we agreed to this AI stuff. And the reason why I say that is because they're using it to make stickers of your images and stuff for you to use right out in front of your face. So somewhere along the line, we had to click yes to something.
So today morning, I tried to send a good morning message to say hi to some of the creators in this platform, which is, it's very upsetting because there's a lot of people mention about TikTok using your face to AI training or just doing something very strange. So when I type good morning, I'm not even finished the typing, by the way, and I saw my face become their sticker, the sticker image have a good morning on. And by the way, I would do not make any kind of like that face either. I do not have any for allow they using my face. Let me know in comment if you have the same happen. It's very upsetting and I don't like it. And TikTok, if you're here, please shut down this AI training things. It's insane.
See? Somewhere in them updated terms of service that they sent everybody that used TikTok, it was something in there about AI and AI modeling, and everybody clicked yes, and they are gladly using your information and your likeness. They letting you use it too, but they are using it, and the world is using it, I guess. But anyway, man, the scariest part about all this is this brings to life actual horror movies from back in the day, and it brings back actual like terrifying scenarios that we thought we moved by and we had, you know what I mean, an understanding on. We had no idea.
Nope.
Back in the day, we had no idea what the invasion of the body snatchers actually was going to be in the future. Back in 2000, when cloning was a big topic, we had no idea what cloning actually really was. I'm gonna show y'all what the body snatchers are and what cloning is.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little weirded out right now. Somebody has taken my videos, made an AI rendering of me, created a whole nother TikTok page, and has AI me over there making videos. If you can go to this page and report it, I really would appreciate it. This is not me. This is not me, guys.
Bro,
please go report this
too.
Page. And shout out to my mutual Cindy. She's the only reason why I even know that this is out there, because she sent me a message last night at like 12:30. She was like, hey girl, is this you? I click on the link to go to the page. They got me blocked. I had to go to Safari and open up my 138th Safari web browser window, type in the profile name so I can get to the page. And lo and behold, it's me, AI me, over there making videos. AI me over there working. Do you hear me? I don't know how long this page been out there, but it's not me. So if you can report it, I really would appreciate it. And if you see any other ones like that, if you can just let me know, I really, really would appreciate it.
Can somebody turn me up, bro? Come on, man. Oh, then we got this guy. Oh my God. Bro, they literally made an AI account of her. I'm curious to know what her like true TikTok account look like. Like for some reason, a little bit of me feels like the AI account is low-key making bigger moves than the authentic account. For some reason, I don't know. Call me crazy, but that is so insane. For the fact that like out of everybody in this world, you picked me and my likeness to be your little puppet and pawn. Like, bro, that's weird, bro. And who's behind this? That's the biggest question. I can't believe that the AI is just conscious to the point where it's like they're now just moving along freaking the digital world and just making their own little moves. No, I think it's somebody doing this, and it's just really, really weird to think that like, yeah, it's somebody online that could be pulling your pictures and videos and like literally dumping them into some system to basically make a clone of you. Yeah, no, that's insane.
This is crazy. This is literally crazy.
So AI stole my likeness and created a deep fake ad of me promoting erectile dysfunction pills. Let's talk about it. This actually happened when I was on my honeymoon, so I was taking time offline. But now that I am back home and freshly out of the shower and just kind of sitting here waiting for my hair to dry, I figured I could just share the story time with you. I have videos that people had sent me of this ad. I'm going to show you one on my computer. I haven't seen the full thing. I think it was a couple minutes long, but the thing that feels the most violating about this is they pulled footage from by far the most vulnerable video I had ever posted on my channel, where I was sitting in my bedroom explaining very traumatic, difficult things that I had gone through in the years prior. So this ad was me in my bedroom in my old apartment in Austin wearing my clothes talking about their pill. The only thing is it wasn't my voice. Sharing this little video clip with you probably isn't smart in terms of, you know, giving them more attention, but I actually think it's super important to talk about because we are now entering this era of living our lives online to where we need to question everything we see, because someone that you know could be in a video saying something to you, looks exactly like them, and it could be completely fabricated. Okay, I'm gonna play a couple seconds of this ad, but do be warned. Obviously there's mentions of sexual things, so.
Embarrassing moments. Michael spent years having a lot of difficulty maintaining an erection and having a very small...
Isn't that crazy? It
Wow.
is crazy. I honestly don't know how we as a society can be like more discerning as to being able to tell what is real and what is fake, because it's going to continue to get more and more realistic and accurate over time. There's not like a guidebook.
Bro, we cooked. That's what it is. We absolutely cooked. We're cooked. This is the end. This is the end. It used to be like, yeah, no, we caught you on video. There's no way you can deny it. Chat. At this point, video surveillance, photographic evidence, none of this even matters no more. It can be heard out of your voice. Well, I guess it can be heard in your voice, and it can still not be you. Like, you don't understand what this truly opens as far as like what people are going to be able to get away with off or completely on camera. Evidence is going to be like there's going to be a new form of like the Wild West. Like, you're not going to be able to get tried for anything that you get caught on video for. Bro, are you serious? Yeah, it's going to be absolutely crazy out here.
To us, knowing what to believe, I guess we're just gonna have to figure it out all together, but the internet is changing fast. I guess,
bro, the internet freaking
believe
sucks,
nothing
man.
on the internet is just a motto to live by for a while.
We gonna take her word for it. Please be telling the truth, lady. Because if you're not telling the truth, you are dying. Yo, you are one of the worst human beings in human history. And you are the biggest gas if you are lying. If you are lying. If you are lying. And you went in there and told that man that it's AI. You terrible. But I don't think you're lying. I don't think you're lying. No. That's some scary stuff. That's some scary stuff. And that right there is why the content creators, a lot of them, are thinking that it's not going to be no more of us in 5 to 10 years. They're going to be able to type some code in and have another what it look like TV up here and have it popping and be able to produce you the videos every day back to back to back. So I'm going to need y'all to ride and make sure that y'all subscribe. So when the new what it look like TV pop up, y'all not all over there watching his videos because he going to look just like me, y'all. But anyway, man, we done reached the end of another video, man. TikTok over there glitching, scaring people. Like I said, some people think it's people from the alternate universe trying to tell us stuff.
Hey, other universe, bite my shiny metal lip!
Other people just being scared half to death. All they doing, if you ask me, man, is they trying to figure out how to model us so they can make their own content. Think about it. It make a lot of sense, man. It make a lot of sense, and big business is big business, man. And if YouTube can make all the content itself, who they have to pay?
Yeah.
Now they really rolling in the money. If they don't have to pay out, they can just be a content factory.
Yeah.
So y'all do the math, man.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, I'ma keep rocking, and I'ma fight against them to the end, because I think the human touch is always going to be better than the robotic touch. But I'm rambling at this point. But anyway, man, y'all hit me up in the comment section and let me know how y'all.
Hey, WVid. WVid. That's what it looked like TV. You already gave him a follow. So, all right. How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel about that? That shit was extra tweaky, and I really don't like it. I feel like my likeness, you know, it's sacred to me. It's sacred to me. I don't want to be seen on camera doing anything I really don't like subscribe to. And it's like, for the fact that you could just take my image, take my likeness, and just have me doing whatever, it's like, yeah, nah, bro, that don't sit right with me. It might go against my brand. It might go against my standards as a man, bro. It might go against a lot of things. My values, bro. Like, I ain't trying to compromise. It's like, yeah, I'm sure you could get paid for it. I'm sure you could also like sell it. Like, if you want to sell your likeness, you can absolutely do that and watch how fast your name will be ran through the mud. But like, I'm not into that, man. That's next level Twilight Zone for me. But all right, so I think we're gonna lighten up the mood just a little bit. This next video is gonna be called Terrible TikTok Trends. And I could honestly assume there's gonna be some 6'7" skibbity toilet, all type of nonsense.
Skip it up and down.
So without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? I was checking out trends on TikTok last night looking for an idea for my next video, and let's just say it was interesting.
What the hell?
Yeah, now I'm gonna go a little easy. I know we were all kids once, and I can't really talk shit about kids for screaming 6'7" when we have a whole rapper called 21.
21.
I just want to understand is all. Like a dog doing the little head tilt thing. You know, I just want to understand.
Come here, you little fuck!
Group 7 is a hashtag that's been going viral in relation to the creator Sophia James.
If you're just watching this video, you are in Group 7.
Sophia is a 26-year-old singer-songwriter from Australia. She was a contestant on season 18 of American Idol, which is what she was most known for.
Oh my god, crazy freeze frame. Season 18 is wild, Chad. I'm sorry, but yeah, no, that's a little crazy.
But she also helped write some of the music from a couple animated TV shows like Phineas and Ferb, which was my
okay. Yeah.
Besides, I ain't got rhythm.
Sophia did an experiment on social media to see how
she wrote Ain't Got Rhythm? Bro.
Another one.
Bro, I need it. I need it. I need it.
W's in the shot.
Bro, she ain't got rhythm. Oh man, I damn near want to play that shit.
She could get the algorithm to give her video the most impressions. Basically make it pop up on the most people's For You page. She posted a series of 7 videos, changing something small in each of them. Anything from just her sitting position to completely altering the tone of the video. Whichever one of these videos popped up in your For You page first, apparently locked you in as a part of that group. I guess she hit the algorithm lottery or something with video 7, so now everyone is either happily a part of or jealously observing what is now known as Group 7, which is basically just the people whose feed video 7 popped up in first. That's basically it. It means nothing, which is why people love it. But for what it's worth, I am Group 7. No. I'm not a group. I had to look her up. If you had a stroke reading that heading, don't feel bad because I had one writing it. According to the dictionary, a core is the tough central part of a fruit, generally containing various seeds. According to Gen Z, it's the whole fruit. Like, the only part that matters. The thing that defines the entire fruit. The nucleus, if you will. No, but in all seriousness, it just comes from the term hardcore people used to describe metal music back in the day. At first, I guess the trend kind of made sense with people saying things like cottagecore to express their desire to live a cottage-like lifestyle, but it quickly spiraled into meaning absolutely nothing. I would have used a different one other than cottagecore because I think cottagecore is fucking cringy, but it's the only one I could find. So, no one decided what core 4 means. No one wrote a definition for it. You're just supposed to know. 4? And if you don't, you're probably core -1. The trend literally just follows the say something that makes no sense but sounds funny, so it is rule.
I can't know how to hear any more about tables.
Something along the lines of you look like you microwave ice. Instead, it's just,
he's core 3, but he argues like he's core 5.
What did that just mean? You tell me. And I wrote it. The main takeaway is that core 4 is the cool one, and I also don't care, which makes me core 5. What? Remember when you were a kid and you had that one person that was your best friend, and you would always go over to their house and play that one Call of Duty game, and one time you accidentally used their toothbrush and you knew it was weird, but you kind of liked it, so you did it again. But that time you really knew it was weird, so you didn't do it anymore after that, but you heard them call someone else their best friend? Me neither. But I bet if you did, it would freaking hurt. Well, now instead of just worrying about being someone's best friend, there's levels to this shit.
I'm on a new level.
Here's how it boils down. A level 3 friend is someone you're cool with, but you wouldn't necessarily commit a felony for. They know your secrets, just not the bad ones. They know where you work, not where you chill. They know your brother, not your sister. If you're in dire need of someone to trauma dump on, a level 3 friend can definitely get that call. But they're not going to get that extra concert ticket. Now, a level 8 friend, these motherfuckers know why your parents divorced. A level 8 friend knows what your house smelled like in 2017. A level 8 friend would help you drag your couch up your apartment stairs from the bottom position. Are there level 4 friends? 5? 6? Sure. But all you really need to know is 3 and 8. Everything else is arbitrary. Just know your worth and make sure your level 8 friends aren't exhibiting level 4 behaviors. Speaking of behavior...
Yo, so it's only 2 levels, essentially? It's only 2 levels of friends?
What the fuck?
I don't really understand this. I don't...
Brown pie in my undies make it look like I shit my pants? What's the joke exactly?
I don't understand. You can either be a 4 or an 8. Oh, no, a 3 or an 8. I'm sorry. Oh, my God.
Come here, little fuck!
You know how distance is measured in feet, water is measured in ounces, toilet paper is measured in plies, and men are measured in money. And you, my friend, well, you are measured in behavior, energy, and vibes. That's right. You watching right now, you're this deep into my video, so I know you definitely have soggy fry energy. It's a fact. Now, all 3 words, behavior, vibes, and energy, all mean the same thing, but it's our job to pretend they're different. It's basically just an extension of the this is giving trend. These are the rules. No, I'm not shaking because I'm anemic. I'm shaking because I'm nervous. These are the rules. These are the rules. Rule number 1, it's got to be weird. Bad energy, bad. Off-brand cereal energy, good. Rule number 2, it must be abstract. Broke vibes, bad. Last 2% of toothpaste vibes, Good. Rule 3. It must be non-literal. Always lose your keys vibes. Bad. Where's Waldo vibes. Good. Rule 4. Do not explain. You have tangled earbuds energy. Rule
Okay.
5. It must maintain plausible absurdity. USB that's always flipped the wrong way energy. Good. Reasonable lefty energy. Bad. Remember, plausible. Now that's it. You know how to have the best energy while vibing in your aura.
What the fuck just happened?
This trend comes from a song called Doot Doot by a musical artist known as Skrilla. Now, in this 2-minute and 20-second song, Skrilla manages to say 324 words of absolutely nothing. And yes, I counted because I was genuinely curious. I'd like to read you some excerpts from this lovely piece of literature. Doot, doo doo, doo doo, doot.
All right. But anybody that don't know what Doot Doot is, this is where 6'7" came from. This is
6'7". I just bit right on the highway.
Yeah, that's that.
Dump truck, baby shark, doo doo, literature.
Hold on.
Doot, doo doo, doo doo, doot. Dump truck, baby shark, doo doo, doo doo. Pull up back to back matte black track. I just bipped it. Neom.
That actually does mean something. Pulled up back to back matte track. He talking about a matte black Trackhawk. He blipped it, meaning he like hit the throttle, and I guess it made the V-room sound. Okay.
Hurricane, hey baby. Hurricane, my Chris boy, hey baby.
Hurricane Chris was a rapper. He made a song called Hey Baby. And this is all, I guess, just, I don't know, him saying that.
And finally, 6'7", I just bipped it right on the highway. Now a bip.
6'7", I just bipped it on the highway. It's like, yeah, no, you basically just did the dash. It was my understanding that 6'7" came from like a Chicago reference of 67th. And if I'm not mistaken, you could get on Expressway from 67th. And yeah. I don't know. I just bipped it on the highway. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Bip is defined as many things, according to the Urban Dictionary. One of them being a cute word for a fart, another being to steal, especially in a quick and stealthy manner. And finally, the noise one makes when he hits a homeless person on the side of the road with a tennis racket as he or she drives by.
That's not, none of this is right, bro.
Tung tung tung tung tung tung tung tung tung
sahur. None of this is actually
Anomali
right.
mengerikan yang hanya keluar pada sahur. Konon katanya kalau
It can also be used as a verb, meaning the act of hitting a homeless person on the side of the road with a tennis racket. However, here's...
Gee, a bip is when you accelerate the throttle on a motorcycle or a dirt bike or something like that. And I can only imagine, like it's when you like floor it for a short amount of time. You basically get them RPMs up as fast as you can to get your engine roaring. That's to me, that's what I thought it was. Maybe I'm just old and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, chat, but I'm trying. Goddamn.
Skrilla explaining what he really means by bip.
Bipping, your perspective. Like bipping, like you just bipping, like the shit you got on, you fly, you trim, you bipping, you.
Oh my god, bro, he got the whippets on deck like that. That's how he coming. That's how he coming. He ain't got a cup nowhere. He got a vape and a whippet, bro. Oh my god, G. That's kind of crazy, chat. That's a crowd. My opinion, man. Nah, G. My man Skrilla need a hug.
Bipping, you like that, like bipping, like I'm saying, like, I'm bipping, like.
You bippin'. The shit you got on fly, you trippin', you bippin'. Fucking ball.
I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
He'll probably smack that galaxy gas again and go ahead and finish writing bip bip. Hell yeah, glad we talked about all that. Now we're all educated kings and queens. Go, my children. Go forth and join civilization. But first, like and subscribe.
Man, WVid. Hey, www. Oh, I just learned absolutely nothing. I learned absolutely nothing. All right. Ooh, we get a random disclaimer on this video. So this is a trigger warning for self-harm and self-exit. This video is definitely about to get wicked. It's not for the faint of heart. This is a video brought to you in part by Dire Trip, and the title of it is going to be called "The Incel Who Threw a Girl's Head at Her Mother." Chat, I don't know what type of time these young people are on these days, but like this is not it, man. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Let's do it. Let's go.
When a young man was gifted a computer, he quickly found himself involved with a number of incel communities online. This did nothing to help with his already very rapidly declining mental state. The combination of the two led to what is considered one of the most shocking incel-related crimes to date.
Bro, what did he just do? Did he jump?
We've covered a whole lot of different incel criminals on this channel by this point, and it seemed that for a while the whole violent incel movement was kind of dying down. We actually went quite a while without a few prominent cases coming up, but it seems that they are not entirely.
I hate to say it, but he looked like Keanu Reeves if he didn't have any aura at all.
Gone. While it's debatable whether you can call this guy a full-on incel, it is evident that he at least used to be at some point, so let's get into it. Semih Çelik was a young man born in Fatih, Turkey in 2005. He initially lived with his mom, his dad, and his sister. From a very young age, he was very quiet and mainly stuck to himself. While he did struggle socially, he did manage to make a few friends here and there. Due to all of this, for quite a while, people around him felt that he was simply a shy kid and didn't think too much of it. When he was around 13 years old, Semih's family packed up and moved to a different city for his father's job. It seems that his mother lived separately in a different city as well for her own work. Semih and his father moved out to Ayap Sultan, living in the second floor of a 5-story building on a dead-end street. By all accounts, Semih was not very happy about the move. He decided to do his best to live as if he were still a citizen of Fatih. He would take public transportation every time that he could to go back to his hometown and spend all of his time there. Oftentimes, he would only come back to Ayap Sultan to sleep. In his new town, Semih never really tried to interact with many people. His neighbor, a real estate agent, said, "Our neighborhood is like a village. Everyone knows each other. However, we don't know him and his father. We saw him very rarely. We especially don't know his mother at all. I think she lives in Ankara." He never spoke a single word to any of his neighbors, in fact. Another noted that he was barely even in town, saying, "We would see his face occasionally, but he wouldn't even say hello. He would only come to his house here to sleep." Semih's story really starts in high school. This was when he began attending the Imam Hatip High School. Here he remained mostly quiet, but he did start to branch out a little bit socially. However, it was not always in a healthy direction. According to his guidance counselor, Semih had a real talent for programming. As a result, his dad decided to buy a computer for him, hoping that it would lead to him being able to work with computers in the future. Once Semih ended up using the computer at home, he started meeting new people online. He did make some pretty normal online friends, but he also met some pretty unsavory individuals as well. He got involved with various groups of Turkish incels online, sharing memes and talking about their bleak outlook on life and hatred of other people. They hated women for refusing to date them, and they hated men for taking all the women away from them. Eventually, Semih started to take an interest in gruesome, violent material online as well. Whenever his family would enter into his room, he would panic and quickly turn the computer off before they could see what was on screen. Many of the things he was trying to hide have only been described as disturbing, psychotic, and immoral pictures and messages. At school, Sami grew to be very obsessed with a girl his age. This girl's name was Iqbal Uzerner. While the two did have a thing for each other and did date off and on, they never really seemed to stick together as a serious relationship. At first, this was likely due to their young age. However, Sami continued to be obsessed with Iqbal for years. He tried to get her attention by either dating or pretending he was dating other girls as well. This didn't really seem to do a whole lot to win her over. If anything, he grew to appear more hateful and introverted over time. Sami ended up having a full-on existential crisis when COVID lockdowns hit in 2020. While he had grown up in a moderate Muslim family for his whole life, he began to question the whole idea of religion. He started to question a lot of things about the world in general.
Hey, hold on, chat.
After a while of this, he left Islam altogether when he was 16 years old, something that really bothered his family. In his third year of high school, when he was about 17, Sami's obsession with Iqbal hit levels that nobody could ignore any longer. By this point, he wasn't even hiding it. As he continued to hang out with Iqbal, her family noticed that something was up. They then got a hold of the school. This resulted in the school's guidance counselor calling Sami's parents and ordering them to make him stay away from Iqbal for good. This didn't do a lot, if anything, to deter them from seeing each other, though. Sami grew disillusioned with school in general. He decided to drop out toward the end of his schooling. His parents asked him why he so adamantly refused to continue his education. He told them, "I'll study and become a great man, a scientist, but what's the point?" They tried to convince him to give school another shot, saying that he could do something more fun and interesting like study abroad, but he wasn't interested. Instead, Sami started working at a local butcher shop. According to his father, while working there, he became addicted to all sorts of different drugs. Not only that, the constant cutting of meat began to give him an obsession with knives and chopping. Sami's dad said that he started to ask a variety of questions about death at home. He also said that he came to own many different knives that he kept in his room and started to experience occasional imaginary delusions. It wasn't too long before Sami started to express a clear interest in ending his life. This was something that he actually shared with Iqbal. They only really played off of each other, with Iqbal sharing a lot of the same ideations that he did. At one point, Iqbal herself tried to use a rope to end it all and failed. However, as she did so, she took a number of photos and sent them to Sami afterward. She would also practice self-harm, mainly making cuts and lacerations across her chest, but also on other parts of her body. She would take pictures of these wounds and pose nude with them before sending the results to Sami. In turn, Sami would make pencil sketches of women suffering from all sorts of body horror-esque injuries and send them to her. The two would continue to play off of each other, often sharing their grand plans for ending it all. At one point, they even made a pact to close the curtains together. However, it was actually Sami that pulled out of the plan. As a result, Iqbal started to call him relentlessly afterward. In reality, Sami decided that he would try to end it all himself. In preparation, he sent a video to Iqbal explaining some of his reasoning. In the video, he admitted that he had fully planned on murdering her one day. The video, in full with subtitles, is right here.
Seninle özel olarak vedalaşmak istedim. Benim yüzümden yaşamış olduklarım için özür diliyorum. Bunun için senden çok özür dilerim. Ama güzeldi benim için her şey. Korkmana ya da endişe etmeye gerek kalmayacak. Tamamen kapanıyor bu konu. Ama sana söylemem gereken bir şey var. Bugün beni gördüğün gibi. Bu hayattan çıkar.
Bro, my man's off his cycle.
İnsanın senin
Okay,
sen olması.
let me break this down.
daha
Hold
değerli.
on, I'm sorry.
Kalbin
Yo, streamer, right? So he basically saying when I saw you yesterday, I wasn't there. I wasn't there to love you. I was there to end your life, and I want to end yours as I go out and tear your heart out, your eyes, and all this other stuff. Oh my God.
Biliyorsun zaten onları. Bekledim. Apartmanın altında bekledim bir saat. Takip ettim. Normalde normal bir gün. Fakat Tanrı o kadar fazla yardım etti ki. İyi ki olmadı böyle bir şey. Kendi cehennemimi yaratmış olacağım. Diğer tarafta peşimi bırakmayacak. Canlı bir insan olarak, canlı bir zihin olarak.
Alright, go along without doing
On
it.
March
Nobody
1st,
else, bro.
2022,
That's
Iqbal's
bad.
mother called Sameeh's father and told him, "Your son has brainwashed my daughter. I found out that they were planning to end themselves together." That very evening, Sameeh did attempt to end his own life without Iqbal in his yard. Sameeh's family rushed him to the hospital where he received treatment for his injuries. All in all, he was in the hospital for 3 weeks. When Sameeh opened up to his father, to an extent, he said that he had been having thoughts of ending his life for quite a while, and his parents grew very worried. Eventually, he confessed to his parents that he and Iqbal had had a pact together and that he had just barely backed out of it. Not only that, but Sameeh's own sister told their parents that Sameeh had tried to convince her to end her own life as well. The doctors, after performing a mental health assessment, felt that Sameeh was indeed very sick. They recommended that he take some antipsychotic medication, but he refused it. Sameeh's mom grew worried about Iqbal as well and called her parents. She told them that they should keep their daughter away from Sameeh for good, as the two being in contact would only bring her harm. She didn't know how right she really was.
Oh my God.
At first glance, when anyone saw Sameeh out in public, hanging out with his family, working, or just doing his thing, people assumed that he was just a regular old 19-year-old. Little did anyone know his mind was really in shambles, and he hid it well. He couldn't get the fantasies of violence and murder out of his head. Working at the butcher shop certainly didn't help either, with him getting to use his beloved knives to cut and slice open meat day in and day out. Sameeh didn't really do anything to try and improve his mental state or change his path in life. Instead, all he did was try to hide his actions that much more. In fact, he went from simply hiding what he was doing on the computer to encrypting all of his files as well. Sameeh's mom began to grow concerned with certain decorations in his room too, usually things that look very satanic in nature. A lot of his drawings came to resemble demons, murder, and gore as well. When she voiced her complaints to him, Sameeh responded that it was simply a generational difference between older and younger people, saying, "You wouldn't understand, our mindsets are different." Sameeh also started collecting books that might teach him how to manipulate people and train his own mind. Some of these books were, translated into English, The Psychology of Persuasion, The Law of Love, The Law of Violence, Beyond Good and Evil, and Training the Will. He began to hang more satanic imagery on his walls, with many designs resembling Jesus with his eyes scratched out. Sameeh continued to spiral. Throughout 2024 alone, he was in and out of the mental hospital 5 times due to his psychiatric illnesses taking over. Not only that, but he had tried to run away and disappear on 2 occasions, and his family reported him missing both times. Despite all of this, he still continued to appear like a normal young man to most people. Even after all that had happened with Iqbal, he still hadn't given up on his obsession with her either, though. In addition, he had never really grown out of trying to use other girls to make her jealous. He started a new relationship with a girl named Aishanur Halil, another girl from the high school that he dropped out of. The two had started going out together regularly, with Aishanur coming to Sami's house on occasion. Still, he couldn't stop thinking about Iqbal. On October 3rd, 2024, Sami's father came home to something strange. Exhausted from work, he flopped down into his chair and started to relax. That's when Sami came to him and started asking, "Dad, how should I kill you?" He was, rightfully, very confused. When he asked Sami what he meant, he simply repeated the question again and again until he gave up. Sami's father chalked this up to one of his episodes and, while he was creeped out, didn't see any indication that Sami was actually going to kill him.
Man,
Despite all of Sami's problems, his homicidal
Ain't no way.
ideations, his ownership of a collection of knives, and his previous admission to planning to kill, his father hoped that it was just some dark humor that didn't land.
Nah.
This ignorance would prove to be a huge mistake.
What a clown, bro. How could you...
This brings us to the next
How could you hear your son ask you this type of question and you just like laugh it off, bro? What is that?
day, October 4th, 2024. Sami's dad woke up and got ready for work. While doing so, Sami came up to him, seemingly in a good mood. Speaking of Aishanur, he told him, "My girlfriend is coming over. We're having breakfast." Happy for him, his father simply left the house. Sami left as well shortly after and headed over to a bakery just down the street. This was notable as, although he had been there before, he had never spoken a word. Today, that would all change. He showed the baker his clothes and asked him, "How does my outfit look? Is it alright?" Satisfied that he was looking pretty good, he headed home. Sami went back home and got ready for Aishanur to arrive. Given that his mom wasn't living there full time, his dad was at work, and his sister was out at university, he had the house to himself. When Aishanur came over, he decided that he didn't really need her anymore. He was still focused on Iqbal, so he felt that he may as well just get rid of her. Rather than break up with her, he went for the nuclear option. At 3:30 p.m., presumably after eating, Sami and Aishanur laid down in his bed together. As Aishanur was on the side of the bed facing the wall, Sami pinned her up against the wall and pulled out one of his knives. Violently, he cut out her tongue before slicing her throat. This would be so deep that her head had almost been removed entirely. She had no chance of survival. The first thing that Sami did after killing his girlfriend was call his father. He told him, without giving him too much detail, that Aishanur was in his room and that he shouldn't come home. Naturally, his father rushed home to see what was happening. Meanwhile, Sami called the police to tell them that a murder had occurred at his home and then quickly fled the scene. When his father finally got home, before the police, he found Aishanur in a pool of blood in Sami's bed. While making distance between himself and his house, Sami called Iqbal. He asked her if she wanted to go on a walk with him on the walls of Constantinople and Fatih. She agreed, not feeling that anything was wrong, and 30 minutes later he met her there. As they got to the top of the walls to have their walk, Sami stabbed Iqbal then and there. She died very quickly. Immediately after, Sami got to work with his butcher knives.
Oh my god.
He cut her clean in half at the waist and removed her head. In the midst of it, Iqbal's phone began to ring. It was a call from her mother. Sami picked up the phone and coldly told her, "Your daughter is in safe hands," before hanging up and continuing his work. Shortly after, Iqbal's mom got a call back from her daughter's phone. This time it was the same male voice telling her to come to the walls of Constantinople in the Edirnecap area. He said that Iqbal had fallen from the walls. This shocked her, of course, and she rushed out to the scene. As she arrived and ran up to the area of the street under the walls, Sami saw her down there. He grabbed Iqbal's head and threw it towards her own mother. It hit the pavement and bounced away from her. All of the people watching from below the walls began to scream in terror, but there was very little that they could do. Onlookers watched in horror as Sami then made his way up to the edges of the wall himself. He sat down for a while, seemingly taking in the sights before he did what he was about to do. Sami was so high up that the rope wasn't even necessary. He was a goner either way. It was instantaneous. While the police began to take control of the scene, other officers were out at Sami's home. There they found Aishanur in his bed. They took her to the Forensic Medicine Institute while they grabbed Sami's dad and took him down to the station for questioning. A full-scale investigation was launched as they tried to find out how this all had happened. Sami's father started telling the police everything about his history of psychological problems, his attempts, and his issues with Iqbal. The police got their hands on Sami's medical records, coming to see that he had 5 different hospital stays within the last year alone at 3 different hospitals.
Bro, so what?
Iqbal Uzurner was
to
buried the
hospital
day
every
after
2
the
months,
murders
bro.
on October 5th. Both the governor of Istanbul and the mayor of Fatih were in attendance for the funeral. Later that day, Ayşenur Halil had her own funeral as well. She was buried after a funeral prayer at a local mosque. Sami was all set to have a funeral of his own, but it was cancelled for security reasons. Many felt that it would only lead to protests or even violence against his family.
Absolutely.
But even in the end, only 3 people showed up for his burial anyhow: his father, his uncle, and his cousin. Meanwhile, the police were still tearing through Sami's home. There they continued to find more and more objects that were of interest to them. They very quickly came across all the upside-down crosses and corrupted images of Christianity throughout Sami's room, as well as his books. However, what interested them more was a simple sketch. This was a pencil sketch that Sami had drawn of a woman who had been torn into pieces. It was notably somewhat similar to how Iqbal had ended up. However, internet detectives were able to figure out that this drawing was very similar, if not directly taken from, an anime called Psycho Pass. Still, the investigation conducted at the house came to conclude that there weren't really any signs of disorder aside from where Ayşenur was found.
You know, I tried to watch
It was found that the killings
and I just really couldn't get into it.
had been very quick, with no DNA being found underneath the fingernails of either of the young women. No witnesses had heard shouting from either location either. With all of that, the police determined that neither of them had the time or possibility the strength left to resist him. They had most likely been surprise attacks. While Sami wasn't an incel by the technical definition, given that he did get girls, although it's not really known if he slept with them or not, he was at least seen to have been.
So the person in his bed was his current girlfriend. The person who he decapitated and tossed the head to the mother was his ex-girlfriend. My man's is an absolute menace to society, and I was wondering why I never heard about this, and it's because it happened in Istanbul. Nah. The person in his bed was his current girlfriend, and the person that he eliminated on the bridge, or the what is it called? The wall, was his ex-girlfriend, the one that he been plotting to take out all along. So yeah, no, bro, he was a sick individual. He was a sick individual, and multiple times he actually he made these like subtle calls for help, and his parents just didn't listen to it. His father really wasn't interested in hearing him out. So yeah, this was repercussions.
A part of the movement. These killings really outraged the public as a result. Not only was the murder rate against women in Turkey steadily rising, but an incel had just killed 2 women in a shocking, very public fashion. To add some context, Turkey had been the first country to sign the Istanbul Convention, the Council of Europe's Convention on Preventing and Combating Violence Against Women and Domestic Violence, back in 2011. However, they had decided to pull out from the convention in July of 2021, roughly 3 years before these murders took place. The move was believed to have been a huge setback for women all throughout Turkey, being that it removed a lot of protections that were put in place for them. In fact, intentional efforts had been made by the government to lessen these protections even more. All sorts of people gathered at the walls where Iqbal had been murdered in order to take place in a protest. Many of them held banners that said things along the lines of, "We are not in mourning, we are in a rebellion," and "Women no longer want to see your condolence messages, they want to see you enforcing the law." However, incels within Turkey took this case very differently. Right after the murders happened, they began to openly and gleefully post messages of support for what Sami had done. This occurred over numerous groups online, mainly on different social media platforms, but especially on Discord. This, in turn, put Discord in the government's sights. The police started to monitor these different incel groups regularly, as well as any adjacent accounts to them that shared similar content. The media speculated that this was going to lead to a lot of arrests in the coming months and years. This came to be true to an extent. The administrator of one group, C31K, who went by HZ Ebu Sahil, was arrested in Istanbul. Shortly after, someone who went by the username Arda Bateman was arrested as well. Both of them were minors and their real names haven't been released. In addition to Discord, Roblox had also come under fire in Turkey in the months before the murders. As we've seen recently, Roblox is an absolute breeding ground for crime online, especially when it comes to children.
Yep.
That's something that the investigators were able to find out pretty quickly. They took swift action, banning Roblox as a whole in the country in August of 2024.
Oh, wow.
However, many investigators didn't feel that this was necessarily much of a win. They acknowledged that removing the platform itself wouldn't change the kids' personalities or remove their desire to act the way that they do. They were well aware that they would likely just move on to some sort of other platform and carry on what they were doing. And one of these other platforms was Discord, which soon also became a casualty of this case. On October 9th, 2024, very quickly after the murders, Discord was blocked in the entire country of Turkey. Over 8 million Turkish users soon lost their accounts. The ban seems to be permanent. As of the making of this video, Discord is still unusable without a VPN in the entire country. Like with Roblox, this decision faced criticisms and doubts of its effectiveness. Many worried that, when these users saw that more public, well-known platforms were being deleted, they would simply move on to more covert, encrypted, lesser-known apps to carry on. By banning these larger platforms, they might have only driven these people more underground to an area where they will be even harder to find. Time will tell if that is the case. Once again, thank you for watching my
WVA. You got time for one more? You got time for one more? It's crazy. You like perfectly out of camera shot. Baby cat in camera. No. Yeah. Baby cat's right here. All right. So we got one more video. One more.
One more game, no more, no less. Yeah, one more game, we can do it. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game. One more game.
All right, check me out, Chad. Check me out. Oh, hold on. Oh my God. Okay. Come on. You're being a crazy cat. All right, yeah, that's my little angry wuss cat. All right. So, okay. this brings us to our final video of the day. It's called The Cam Girl Cosplayer Who Becomes a Murderer. Chat, yeah. I gotta end it off on a wicked tip. You feel me? I just got to. It's only right. We're gonna keep the momentum going, and you feel me? kick off the weekend on some creepy shit. That's what we gonna do. That's what we gonna do. So, all right, like I always say, chat, without further much ado, let's get right into it. Let's do it.
My video. If you found it interesting, please give it a like. It really helps out in the algorithm, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. These days, I have open a merchandise store. There you can buy yourself items. If you want, go ahead and follow me on social media. If the channel ever got obliterated, or if you just need to get a hold of me for some reason, that's the easiest way to do it. I also really appreciate when people subscribe to my Patreon. There you can get videos early, ad-free. Cosplaying is pretty common online. It's grown to be a pretty widely enjoyed hobby. However, not everyone in that community is an angel, not even close. A select few of them are much darker than all of the others, though, like Melissa Turner, better known as Two-Thorned Rose.
Two-Thorned Rose? Who the hell is this?
Right now, I would like to thank the sponsor of today's video, Incogni. This is because lately I've been trying to find some—
Man, get your money, bro.
Take back your personal data with Incogni. While we've talked about many different subcultures on this channel before, we haven't really gotten into the topic of cosplay before. Of course, there's nothing wrong with cosplay in and of itself, but once you're exposed to these larger communities online, it's only a matter of time when you start to see the seedier underbelly of them. You could say that this case really exposed some of that. Melissa Rose Turner was born on November 25th, 1992 in North Carolina, mostly growing up both there and in Florida. She was said to have been a part of a pretty big family that was largely supportive, but still not too happy. She claims that she suffered some abuse at the hands of a relative in childhood, causing her to develop some pretty bad habits as well as an eating disorder. She would binge eat constantly, getting to the point where she weighed over 250 pounds in school at a height of only 5'3". All of this led to her getting bullied in school as well, only causing her stress to snowball that much more. By the time she was in her young adulthood, Melissa had gotten an associate's degree in small business, but it wasn't really helping her find a job at all. By all accounts, she was miserable. Not only was—
What year is this? Oh my god. Between the font on the t-shirt and the hairstyle, I would say it's about 2008. Yeah, 2008 maybe? Maybe 2009? Yeah, I remember those days, Chad. I remember those days.
She unemployed and over $25,000 in student debt, she still wasn't happy with herself at all. She decided that she needed to undergo some sort of big change in her life, and the first way she decided to do this was by losing weight. She started out by researching diet and nutrition on the internet, eventually leading to her losing about 100 pounds in 2 years, then even more over time. It was also around this time that she started dating a man named Cameron Walega, who went by the name SinSync online. He noted that she was very interested in fitness when they started dating, but said that another big change happened shortly after. In 2014, when she was about 22, Melissa went to a party with one of her friends. There, that friend explained to her what a cam girl was.
Oh my
Melissa
God.
hadn't really heard of it before, but found the idea of performing for men over a webcam for money to be somewhat appealing. After all, it seemed easy enough to do, and she still did need the money. She thought about trying it herself, but wanted to take some time to make sure that it was the right thing to do. She took less than 24 hours. The very next day, she decided to go for it. She decided to go by the screen name Two-Thorned Rose, most likely because of her middle name being Rose. Despite the job sounding pretty easy, she came to see that being a cam girl wasn't all it was cracked up to be. In the beginning, she barely made any money from it at all. It took her a good couple of years to make an amount of money that she could consider to be sustainable. Her boyfriend came to notice that, as her job got more stable, her mental state went in quite the opposite direction. Melissa still didn't really seem to like being known as a cam girl too much. She tried all sorts of other things to make sure that she wasn't only that in the end. She began training in special effects and in makeup. In this endeavor, she decided to set up a profile on a website called Model Mayhem, which works as somewhat of a business card for models, photographers, and other people in that line of work. On Model Mayhem, she described herself as lingerie and all-around fetish model. I have a growing collection of lingerie, heels, and fetish gear to work with. I used to work more behind the camera as a special effects artist, so I'm comfortable with and knowledgeable when it comes to makeup and practical effects. I've been in front of a camera almost every day for 3 years. It was shortly after that Melissa began getting into cosplay as well. She started dressing up as various characters from all sorts of media. She dressed up as everything from Misty from Pokemon, to Daphne from Scooby-Doo, to Gwenpool from Marvel, and even Elvira. Most of this went straight to her account on Tumblr, on which she described her story as From Fat Girl to Fit Girl to Cam Girl.
That's crazy.
The cosplay didn't really stay as only cosplay for
Man, love yourself, Chad.
well, even really a minute. It was really inseparable from her adult content from the get-go, with most of these outfits being used in her spicier content as well. Dressing up as these characters really did seem to rake in the views for Melissa, who started to walk away from the cam girl label and describe herself as more of a model/cosplayer. Actually, that's even what she listed as her job description on many different forums as well. As Melissa got more into blogging on Tumblr, her mental state only continued to decline even more rapidly. At the same time, she and her boyfriend decided to open up their own personal studio to other models for a small fee. Despite this being pretty effortless, Melissa started to complain that this kind of side gig was too stressful for her, only leading to arguments. After a while, her boyfriend decided that he couldn't stay with her any longer. Melissa, on the other hand, hit him with allegations of abuse and said that she left him because of that. We will come to see later, however, that Melissa's honesty levels are questionable. Either way, the two of them ended up parting ways as Melissa continued to pursue her line of work. She came to make a YouTube channel for her cosplay as well, but it didn't last very long. With the erotic nature of the content, her channel got blasted off the face of the earth pretty quickly. Somehow, Melissa didn't appear to understand why this was. Either way, she made her way over to Twitch, claiming that this would be her new platform. After all, Twitch has been known for allowing content that's not so clean. The phenomenon known as titty streamers was pretty big around that time, with many women pretty much just existing on camera with their boobs all oiled up. Given that, it seemed like a safer bet for the kind of content that Melissa was going for.
What's up, everyone? If you know who I am, that's awesome. Welcome to my new channel. You know, since my other one on YouTube was deleted. If you don't know who I am, if you never heard of me or anything like that before, I am Twothorn Rose. You can call me Rose. I'm a cam model. I'm an artist. I love fitness. I've lost 100 pounds. I like making videos about that and about my art and just about my daily life. And my channel over on YouTube, where I was doing all of that stuff, got deleted. They told me I was spam. They deleted my account for linking off site, and I'm just like, bitch, who the fuck doesn't link off site though?
Still though, she barely ended up using this account for anything.
Okay.
In fact, it doesn't appear that she used it for anything else at all after uploading the introduction video. Even though Melissa was only in her later 20s by this point, she began to notice something. That being that she was getting less popular as she got older. While she wasn't old at all by any means, it was no secret that the younger cam girls were always on the more popular end. With that, she tried to shake things up and make a name for herself in other ways. She started leaning more into the cosplay, even going to different cosplay competitions in an effort to try and make a name for herself.
Okay,
but eventually she came to act in straight-up, regular adult content with different actors.
Here we go.
In 2017, Melissa decided
It never fails. You start off doing one thing, you try streaming, and it's like, oh my god, it's like countdown to OF. It's literally a countdown to OF.
2 surgeries. One of them was a corset trunkplasty, which is a surgical procedure described as removing excess skin in order to reshape the torso and abdomen area.
Oh my god.
Melissa had been pretty uncomfortable with all of the loose skin from her weight loss for quite some time. This left her with a pretty big, sizable scar down the front of her torso, which she would showcase from time to time but usually hid behind some sort of clothing. Afterwards, she got a thigh lift and tuck to deal with the excess skin there as well. After getting the surgery, she was feeling pretty good about herself. It was around that time that a man named Matthew Trussler moved to Florida. Matthew was a guy from Massachusetts who came out there for work. His friend described him as the most fun-loving, hard-working guy ever. He would put anybody in a good mood. Alone in a new area, Matthew decided to boot up Tinder and swipe around to see what kind of people he could meet. In April, he ended up connecting with Melissa on the app, and the two reportedly hit it off pretty quick.
Hey, that cat looked like my cat. I think my cat looked better. Yeah, my cat is a lot prettier than that cat. Yeah, that cat ain't no shit. It's just the same color eyes, you feel me?
Quickly. Very, very quickly. In fact, they were engaged in less than 6 months. By the end of summer, they were even looking into buying a house together. That December, after less than a year of dating, they bought a house together on the 9800 block of White Barn in St. Petersburg. To the outside world, it seemed that the both of them had hit the dating app lottery, found their perfect match, and set up a cushy little, almost married life. They posted all sorts of pictures to Facebook together, showing them looking happier than ever in their new home with their 4 cats.
After how many months again?
And a new dog. Online, people didn't really see anything negative between the two of them. Matthew even posted to social media showing how happy that he was with coming into this situation at a relatively young age. He wrote, "Quarter century later, I've got a mortgage, a pup, 4 fur babies, and a wonderful girl. I'm a happy man." Behind the scenes, though, as you may imagine, nothing was really all that perfect. Matthew's family quickly started to notice that Melissa was pulling him away from them. They said that it was pretty clear that she was doing all she could to isolate him from his family, saying that it was obviously a pretty toxic relationship. The neighbors also held very much the same opinion, saying that they heard a whole lot of shouting coming from the house. While the arguments were definitely mutual, they noted that, more often than not, Melissa would be the only one that they could hear shouting at full volume most of the time. Online, though, Melissa portrayed Matthew as the best thing that had ever come into her life. She even tried to garner sympathy for him by saying that her ex-boyfriend had gotten jealous and threatened him with a gun. It's unknown if that was even true, but Melissa did seem to enjoy the sympathy that it got her online. However, after a couple of years of this arguing, Matthew may have gotten his fill. On September 22nd, 2019, he took to Facebook to write an ominous post. He wrote, "Don't be a fool and blame others. Fight your own war." It's also noticeable that his relationship status was listed as single. And then, 1 month later, all hell would break loose. Melissa and Matthew got into one of their usual arguments, although the details as to why aren't really known. All we know is that Melissa was heard screaming and cursing at the top of her lungs. It was during this argument that Melissa completely snapped. She picked up a knife and stabbed and slashed at Matthew. She cut him across his upper right arm, resulting in a deep wound. He held up his arm to block her, leading to a gash there as well.
Oh my god.
She sliced him across the middle of the chest and finally stabbed him in the torso. Rather than calling an ambulance and getting herself in trouble, Melissa decided to let him bleed out there in the house. She waited for a whole 4 hours after stabbing him to call anyone. In
4
that time, she
hours?
both waited for him to die and tried coming up with a story to tell the police that would make sense. That was going to be tough, all things considered. There was nobody in the house aside from her, he had clearly been stabbed, and by now it had been hours since it happened. She was going to have to come up with something good. However, she was so blindly confident in herself that she felt she had the perfect story pretty quickly. She pulled Matthew's body out onto the back patio and called 911, pretending to have no knowledge whatsoever of what had happened to him. She said, "We had a lot of drinks last night and we went to bed drunk. I woke up this morning and he was bloody and outside this morning." When the authorities came out, they quickly realized that Matthew was already long gone. Knowing that they needed more information, they took Melissa down to the police station. The investigators interviewed her, hearing that she had quite the drunken night. Melissa told them that she and Matthew had been drinking heavily all night and that she had fallen asleep. She told them that she simply woke up and found Matthew dead there. She said she tried to give him CPR when she found him out on the patio. Given the obvious defensive wounds and the knife found on scene, it goes without saying that they didn't really believe her story. The investigators pretended to listen to her story intently, but the truth was that they were already on a lead. They had been tipped off to a security camera positioned nearby. One of the neighbors had a camera pointed in the direction of their house that, while it didn't record any video, did record the audio of the attack as it unfolded.
Absolutely cooked.
The owner of that home played the audio to the investigator, clearly hearing a woman yelling, "So fucking die." It was unmistakable. A detective relayed this information back to the other investigators. When they heard the call in full, the details of the attack came to be much more apparent. Starting at 4:32 a.m., Melissa could be heard yelling, "You stay down," before glass was heard shattering. While Matthew's voice wasn't loud enough to be heard, Melissa's responses definitely could be. She was heard shouting, "So fucking die," and shortly after, "I hate you." It appeared that she had stabbed him at this time and he was lying on the ground. She started to yell, "Get up," over and over again. Slapping noises were then heard as she continued to shout at him. However, she seemed to have only taken him as being overly dramatic, despite having been stabbed. Again, she shouted, "So fucking arrogant, I hate you." She left the room for a couple of minutes before returning and telling him, "Go fuck yourself," as he bled out. She then demanded he get up once more, telling him, "Let's go." She then proceeded to curse at him more as she slapped him. It appears that this is when the gravity of the situation finally hit her. While a male voice was heard responding, it was too faint to hear. Melissa continued to argue. Then at 4:44, Melissa shouted "No," followed by "What did I do?" The investigators interviewing Melissa told her that they had turned up a video that clearly showed sounds of an argument coming from her home. She responded, "I have no memory of any argument."
Yeah, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
However, as the interrogation continued, Melissa started to change her story on the spot. No longer was this simply a mysterious drunken accident, it was now self-defense. She said that Matthew had woken her up while she was still drunk and that made her angry, leading to an argument. Despite Melissa admitting that she was the one to get angry, she said that Matthew then pulled a knife on her. She said that she grabbed it and got thrown down to the floor before he started to strangle her. Then she managed to grab the knife off the ground and stab him in the back. It was a story straight out of a movie. Oddly, she told the investigators, "If it was an accident, then I would have called 911 and not just let him die." All of this was more than enough evidence to give the police reason to arrest her. She was arrested on a charge of second-degree murder with a weapon and taken off to the local jail. Matthew's family heard the news soon enough and they were left in shock. Matthew's older brother later told the media, "She took Maddie long before she took him forever." When Matthew's autopsy was performed, it did nothing more than cement that Melissa's story didn't add up, especially the defensive wounds. The police were able to find his exact time of death by using a smartwatch that he was wearing that showed the exact time when it stopped detecting a heartbeat.
Oh my god.
While you might assume that this marked the end of Melissa's career, that is actually not the case at all. After being thrown into jail, she was able to post her bail and get out free for a while awaiting her trial. It was scheduled for December of 2021, which then gave her a few months to herself. She started off by purging the internet of a lot of her old Two Thorned Rose content, but not all of it. Rather than let her camgirl career end there, she decided instead to rebrand. She started going by the name Vixen, usually as either Olivia Vixen or Livin' Vixen. She started acting in adult content with different men immediately. She made a new website, sold artwork, and posted videos walking a cat as if nothing had ever happened. However, it wasn't long before her trial came about and things definitely weren't looking good for her. Melissa was facing life in prison. At her trial, the prosecution had the easiest job of them all. They had the audio of the attack taking place and the fact that she waited hours before calling 911 for help. Oddly, Melissa's defense didn't even deny that the audio was real. Instead, they argued that the audio was edited to make it sound like she was screaming more loudly than she had been in reality, which was kind of a nothing argument. Melissa's attorney, a guy named John Trevano, was asked by the media about the audio recordings. He admitted that it was definitely Melissa's voice on the recording, but added, "We have several issues supporting why we believe that the jury should find Miss Turner not guilty. These issues include expert testimony from our audio/video expert Bruce Koenig that the Nest video/audio recording from a neighbor across the street was manipulated by prosecutors in select areas to amplify the volume to make it sound like Miss Turner was screaming much louder and the portions wherein the alleged victim is speaking are completely inaudible. Further, there are issues of self-defense and heat of passion." Melissa took to the stand herself, giving a crying monologue about what she said had happened on the night of Matthew's death. She, under oath, defended her new story. Melissa admitting to starting the fight, saying that she didn't imagine it would turn physical. She said that Matthew was drunk, woke her up, and started choking her. This time the story was even a little more dramatic than before, with her saying that he had thrown
Stop lying on a dead man.
her across the counter before grabbing a knife and engaging in a life-and-death struggle. When it was asked how he ended up with so many slash wounds despite Melissa in her story only managing to stab him once in the back at the last minute while being strangled, she said she didn't know. She said she only recalled stabbing him once. The story then changed once again, with Melissa now saying that Matthew would often hallucinate and harm himself in the process. After hearing all of the evidence in a week-long trial, it only took the jury one day to deliberate and come to a decision. Given that she was pretty obviously guilty, all it came down to was what charge she would face. The options were second-degree murder, manslaughter, or aggravated battery. The jury only really had one question during their deliberation, that being, what is a clearer definition of depraved mind? This was because the charge of second-degree murder read as the unlawful killing of a human being when perpetrated by an act imminently dangerous to another and evincing a depraved mind regardless of human life, although without any premeditated design to effect the death of any particular individual. When they got their answer, they found that she was guilty of the crime of second-degree murder. When they were asked to find if she did, quote, personally carry, display, use, threaten, or attempt to use a weapon, they said that she did. With that, the full charge was indeed second-degree murder with a weapon. And with that, all there was left to do was decide her sentencing. Melissa and her attorney relented, accepting that she was going to jail. However, they surprised the court by saying that they would be open to a 5-year sentence. The prosecution and, well, pretty much everybody else scoffed at the offer. Eventually, on March 18th, 2022, it was decided that Melissa would spend the next 20.5 years of her life behind bars. While that was quadruple her proposed sentence of 5 years, many felt that it still wasn't.
She thought she was about to get 5 years for a second degree?
Nearly enough for what she had done. She was taken to the Lowell Correctional Institution in Marion County, Florida, to spend a good chunk of the remainder of her days. Her current release date is July 7th, 2042. That means she will spend out her 30s and 40s behind bars, seeing a release just before she turns 50 years old. By then, her career as an adult actress and erotic cosplayer will probably not be viable anymore.
Hey, WVid.
Once again,
WWVid. Hey, shout out to Dire Trip. It is. Man. You know, I feel like I be really cooking up some shit with these videos, man. You know, I might not have something to say for everything at all times and shit. I might not have the best commentary at all times, but we gonna work on that day by day. But let's be completely honest now, chat. Your boy is cooking with these videos. Every single day I am over here scouring the internet. I am over here searching through YouTube, trying to find interesting and provocative content to bring to y'all. And I feel like, you know what? We getting better every day. I feel like we getting better every day. So, all right. So with that being said, hey, this is gonna basically wrap up the stream, man. I appreciate everybody coming out, everybody watching. YouTube, subscribe, give me a like if you so please. It means a lot to me, man. It means a lot. If you on Twitch, follow me, hit the notification bell. It means the world to me. I'm streaming every single day from about 9 to 12. Yeah, hey, it's your boy. It's your boy. It's your boy. It's your motherfucking boy, Max Struman. Every day live in the Funkle Jungle. Hey, baby, I'll see you next time. We are out.
Yes, sir. All this little bitch in from Manchester. They took me to jail, I should've smacked the arrestor. Hop out the car, flexing like Sylvester. Yes, sir. Bitch just pulled up in an I-8 roaster. Cost too much to a bitch, no, sir. Don't fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. Done taking over like the texture. Yeah, down the day to scratch your yesterday.